Hello everyone. In last class I have discussed the structure of scrotal sac in which testis present. Now in this part we will discuss the internal structure of testis. So we have seen that testis is oval structure and from outer side it is covered with a fibrous capsule or fibrous line. Here you can see this is our fibrous capsule or fibrous line, and this line is known as tunica albuginea. And this tunica albuginea protect testis, so it is a protective cover. Now this tunica albuginea undergoes infolding. That means there are places where this membrane show infolding. And because this infolding, there are septa formation. You can see there are some partition like structure here. These are the partition like structure. This is because of septa formation. All of these are also known as compartments, and these compartments are formed because of the infolding of the first layer, that is tunica albuginea, and this is known as, this compartment like structure, this is known as testicular septa. Every testis normally has about 200 to 300 such testicular septa. So there are compartments like structure which is known as testicular septa. Now from outer side of tunica albuginea, there are another layer. Here you can see outside of tunica albuginea, here our another layer, it is known as tunica vaginalis. Tunica vaginalis. This is also going to protect, so this tunica vaginalis is also a protective cover, and inside each compartment here this testicular septa is known as compartment, and inside each compartment there are some tubes. Here you can see these are tubes. They are tubes like structure. So these tubes, when they come towards one side, they become little straight. That means in first part they are coil like structure, and when they come towards they become straight. So these tubular structure are actually seminiferous tubules. So this tubular structure are actually seminiferous tubules in each compartment, which is known as testicular lobule. They are coil-like structure. So every testis would have up to 900 seminiferous tubules. How are this number come to 900? Because there are 300 compartments. Here this compartment are in testis, there are total 300 compartments, and in every compartment 3 seminiferous tubules, that means this coil like structure, 3 seminiferous tubules are present. So the number would be 900. So every compartment would have this 900 seminiferous tubules. And as we can see here that they are becoming straight. In this part they are becoming straight, and these straight tubes, they join each other and form a network of tubes. So here we can see these tubes that join, they form another network. This is another network of tube, and this tube is not coil like structure. This tube is completely straight, and this network is known as rete testis. Rete testis. This rete testis, they would open like into such small tube. Here they open like small tubes. That means there would be some tubes which will conduct all this what is coming from here, this seminiferous tubules, into another structure, and this is going to come here, and that will be called, this part will be called epididymis. Epididymis. These tubes which finally take or conduct the pores which are produced, these pores are called vasa efferentia. This small open tubes or pore-like structure is called vasa efferentia. Now, how is the sperm formation or sperm conduction taking place? So, sperm formation takes place into seminiferous tubules. That means this here, this coil-like structure is our seminiferous tubules, and in seminiferous tubules, sperm formation takes place. So, what exactly is the part of sperm production? So, the part of sperm production is first of all seminiferous tubules, then the straightened part of the tubule, rete testis, then vasa efferentia, and then the epididymis. Now, let us take section of this so that we understand what is actually happening in the seminiferous tubules. So when we take the section, there would be many seminiferous tubules. So we would see this cut seminiferous tubules here. This is our seminiferous tubules. And this seminiferous tubules, this is our seminiferous tubules. And all of these seminiferous tubules are covered by some connective tissue. These are connective tissue. Every seminiferous tubules are covered by a connective tissue, and this connective tissue is known as interstitial tissue. Interstitial tissue. This is the connective tissue in which the seminiferous tubules are present. So this is interstitial connective tissue, and this cut part here, this cut part is the seminiferous tubules. Now this seminiferous tubules is lying with germinal epithelium. So in this we would see the cell. Here two types of cell we can see. Most of the cells are cuboidal shape. These are the cuboidal shape, and these cells are slightly conical shape. So these are cuboidal cell, and this conical shape cell produce Sertoli cell. And this cuboidal type shape cell, these cuboidal cells are ones which undergo spermatogenesis. What is spermatogenesis? I have mentioned earlier video, the spermatogenesis is the step of human reproduction in which sperm produce. So this cuboidal type of cell are the ones which undergo spermatogenesis step. Now this conical shape cell which produce Sertoli cell are also called Nernst cell. Nernst cell. Why they are called Nernst cell? Because they provide nourishment to the developing sperm. That is why they termed as Nernst cell. So in this interstitial connective tissue, here this is our interstitial connective tissue. There are some cell masses which are identified as interstitial cell because of this tissue in which they are found. Here you can see this small round-like structure present in interstitial cell, and they are known as Leydig cell. Known as Leydig cell. And these Leydig cell are the ones which actually produce male sex hormone, that is testosterone. So the testes perform two functions. They produce sperm in seminiferous tubules, and also they produce male sex hormones. So we have understood the internal structure of testes and also the section of testes in which sperm production takes place, that means the seminiferous tubules. Now in our next class we will not draw the internal structure. We know that through this part, through here the retetestis, and this is vasa efferentia. Through this vasa efferentia the sperm conducted to epididymis. So in next class we will discuss the epididymis part. Thank you.